Hi, can you hear me? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me yet. Okay, let me. I kind of hijacked his my brother's channel. I talked to him a little while ago, and I kind of wanted to talk about something that I think is beyond important for this community. I'm not sure if you guys want to hold on a minute. I'm trying to get the okay. Anyways, I want to talk about something that I think is very important for all of you. Um, hold on, cop watchers, auditors, and maybe a lot of you don't even really want to talk about it. I'm not sure, but it's filing complaints on police officers and how very important I think it is to their community itself. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. All right, that's a link to the panel. Because I'm not the one out there on the street. You guys are. Yeah, right. I hijacked. I stole his channel for a little bit. Anyways, because he's my brother and I worry so much about his safety. But yeah, I see cop watch after cop watch. I see that the police are doing things that are against their policy and even against the law. And I think that it's your responsibility as a cop, as an auditor and a cop watcher, to file the complaints. Are you there to make a difference, or are you there for your own enjoyment? I mean, there's a lot at risk. And in my opinion, if you're not going to file complaints on the police officers, and if you yourself are going to stand there and let them get away with doing something wrong or bad or dangerous, then you become the problem as well. I posted the link. I'm gonna pin it because I really want to talk about this. Um, because I 100% know why Spit Cobra's doing what he's doing, and that's to make change. And he's filed complaint after complaint after complaint, and he'll continue to do so. Because once again, if you're out there filming the police and you allow them to get away with it, then in my opinion, you're encouraging them to continue the behavior. Because if you're not going to file a complaint and you have video, oh my god, then I think that you're just as bad as the police. So I don't know if anybody really wants to talk about it, or if anybody even wants to do it. But again, if you stand there and you record the police and they do something that's against their policy or against the law, and you walk away and don't file a complaint or don't do anything, then I think you're just as bad as they are. And you put my brother's life in danger. All right, MCW. But I think it's something that this community seriously yeah, Cobra's okay. Like I said, I stole his channel for a little bit because I think this is such a major topic that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. If you're not going to file a complaint, then why are you there? Are you there to make a difference? Or are you there for other reasons? And I really would like to know why you guys are out there. I really like to hear your point of view. Because if you're going to sit back and do nothing, then I think you are part of the problem. So that's my opinion. And like I say, I have, my brother, God, I can't tell you how many times I worry about him every time he goes out. I mean, if you file 1,000 complaints and only one complaint becomes founded, then you've done something amazing. But if you stand by and do nothing, then nothing happens. And I understand that a lot of people say, why bother filing complaints? Nothing happens. Well, you create a paper trail. And if that cop has 10 complaints filed against them, when something happens, people are going to say, look at all this, there was plenty of evidence that the cop was doing something wrong. I mean, you form a paper trail. Hello, Direct E. How you doing?
Morning.
Morning. Hope you were well.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, that's great.
I've been listening. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, you are there. I mean, you and my brother are in the same territory. And if you guys don't have each other's back, I mean, like I said, I know why my brother's here because we've talked about it so much. And he wants to make a change.
Yeah, me too.
But if you stand there and do nothing, then you become part of the problem. I mean, a lot of people, and the one thing they say is, why bother? Complaints, they don't do nothing. But
they do.
I said you create a paper trail that's there for your benefit later on.
Complaints do something. The cops will be like, oh, it doesn't bother me. Put in a complaint all you want. And then the next time you see them after you put in a complaint on them, they're not telling you to back up. They're not telling you nothing.
I mean,
it does have an effect. Complaints do have an effect.
It's like a child. I mean, if they do something wrong, you don't correct the child, then that behavior continues.
Yep.
And I think that you guys are putting yourselves on the front line, and that's one of the reasons why I highly respect you guys. And because I'm not out there, but me and my brother have long conversations about this. And the one thing that I think is so important is the complaint system.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are risking everything.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And if you don't do anything, then hello, Big Cobra. I told you I have to stay away. Anyways, you have to. Everybody. I don't care if they do it. What they're doing is so petty. I don't care. File a complaint. The Mesa PD, I downloaded their handbook, and they have to, upon request, they have to either give their name and or badge number in writing.
Writing on their business card. Absolutely. Number 17.
I mean, yeah, and I gave my brother the numbers to, it's section what, part whatever. My brother has it.
1.4, Department Measure 1.4.1 or 1.4.2. I just filed complaints, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I put in requests for the helicopter video, so if that comes through, we'll be seeing that.
Ooh, hold on, I've got the shakes right now. Ooh, I've been really bad sick, so it's the first day I've been able to sit up. But I don't think enough people realize how important it is to file those complaints. I
Yeah,
mean, you
respect it.
guys is life. I don't. A lot of people don't understand this. You risk your life when you stand there, especially at night. I worry more so about you guys at night when the cops want to mistake your camera for a fucking gun or something. So you guys put so much at risk, and to do nothing makes what you're doing nothing.
Well, who's doing nothing? What are you referring to?
Anybody that sits like you guys, if anybody that will stand there and film the police and film them doing something wrong, and they walk away and they turn off their camera and they go home, and then they let it go, or they say how bad it was, what that cop is doing is wrong and it's bad and he shouldn't be doing that, but yet the people will go home and do nothing afterwards. They won't file their complaints. I mean, they won't do anything other than film them. And that's my pet peeve. That's one of the things that I'm really passionate about. File a complaint. I don't care if you have to file 100 complaints. If something bad was to ever happen, there's the trail that says that they knew however many months or years that this cop was, not doing right, because there is a paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
But as you sit there, I mean, I do it over the phone, but there's so much I can do with the phone, and I try to do it online as well. I mean, every single time I call Mesa PD or I call another police department and I'm like, I'm on a live stream and I saw what this cop done. Or even if I call about a person doing something, it's like they have this fucking sheet that they read off of, because every fucking police department tells me the same thing. Ma'am, were you there? I'm like, yeah, my eyes were there. It's a live stream. And they're like, were you physically there? And it's like, so you're telling me I can't give you an eyewitness, a claim about somebody breaking the law. It's fucking ridiculous what they say to you on the phone. It's like, so the only way I can say I witnessed a crime is if I was physically there. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I mean, I call and I do what I can, which is sad to say, not a whole fucking lot. So you guys are out there, and not only, like I said, do you put yourself at risk, but the cops will go after your friends and family if they could find them.
Oh, I know. No, I agree with you. I can't speak on anybody else, but personally, the complaints that I put in are when they put their hands on me, when they fail to identify, when they use tape to put the camera back. I write them up for wasting department resources, not knowing state, local laws and policies, by violating our First Amendment, because there's a policy in there that they have to know their own policies. It's against their policy to not know their policy.
Right. And my brothers filed complaints of a police unbecoming a police officer. I mean, there are certain things that they have to. I mean, they can't walk around and, hey, what the fuck are you doing? That's that they're not allowed to do that.
That's like Gilbert telling me, get back, you're interfering while I'm on a public sidewalk, and then arresting me for it. Can't do that shit.
Right. But if you do nothing, then I think you're reinforcing the cops' belief that they're untouchable.
I agree with you.
And I understand it can get very fucking annoying to have your complaints basically thrown in the garbage, but they're not. They're put in a dude's file. They're put in a police officer's file.
Yep.
And so the more they get, the more, I mean, every time he comes up for any kind of pay raise or promotion, you know, everything in his folder, in his file is examined. So I strongly believe that whether the complaints are founded or unfounded in the end, still you filing it matters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Absolutely. Filing
and
is important.
yes. But
Filing
then
is
I
right
watched so many cop watchers, auditors that, oh my God, Cobra, I told you not to come up here, but no. Hold on a minute. There he is.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Kobe?
I stole your channel.
I know you did, but hey, I was looking at it, and I was noticing that people might be getting the wrong idea about that we're trying to call people out on this.
Oh no.
We're not trying to call anybody out on this. We're just stating a fact that we're seeing when we watch videos.
Yeah.
See the chat, so I don't know what anybody's saying.
Oh no. Make it perfectly clear. This isn't about anybody. This is just about the whole thing
Is somebody saying this
as
is
a
about
whole.
somebody specific?
Oh, I hope not.
I can't see chat, so I don't know.
Oh, let me flick over the chat. I get so involved.
Nobody is saying anything about anybody specific. Me and my sister was talking, and I was telling that I noticed a lot of new channels coming up.
Yeah,
and that is really, really good.
I'm bringing out, dude, at least one new channel a week.
Yeah, and that is really good. We're just wanting to put it out there that if you're going to be out there cop watching and you want to really make a change, then this is the process that you have to go through. This is the things that you have to follow through with. If you're just out there to try and create a channel and get subscribers and not really try to make a difference, then you're hurting me. You're giving the cops power to come after me, and that's what the deal is. You know, if you're going to be out there and cop watch, then at least do the right thing and follow through with complaints and stuff.
Exactly, and that's my thing, because you guys put a lot. I mean, you're risking a lot. I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what you guys are risking. One thing the cops want to fucking harm. I know they do. They want to make you bow down so badly.
Well, I mean, him smashing the sign into me, if that wasn't enough of an insight into the way cops feel like they could do whatever the hell they want, I don't know what is. Pick up a construction sign and walk it 30 feet over to me and smash it into me. That was a big deal in Mesa. I had a sergeant the other day that told me that because of what happened last week, now we have to have more officers show up anytime you cop watchers show up, so we have more cameras around. Instead of correcting their officers' actions and addressing an issue, now it's we need more cameras to watch the cop watchers. Fucking, it's mind blowing.
Captain Nemo, I mean, filing complaint. I'm not understanding. If you write it down and send it to the right department, I'm not understanding. That's
what do you mean?
When I saw that cop, I think when he assaulted you with that sign, I literally gasped out loud. I'm like, what the fuck?
You ain't the only one. I couldn't.
And I hope you file a complaint against that. I hope, because to me that was clear cut assault. If you did that to another person, you'd be in jail for fucking assault with a deadly weapon, probably.
So I'll tell you what's going on with that, at least as much as possible. Definitely filing complaints. Definitely filing lawsuits. And then on top of it, I am working with somebody to get Calderon on the Brady list, so he can't be a cop anymore.
That is great. That is, I mean, that's what we need to do. We just have to keep following through with, well, like Ibera, Officer Ibera.
Yep, him too.
It's going to be at least 3 months before I hear back what their final decision is on him. If he is found guilty of violating his policy by pushing me back, then at that point it's up to me myself to contact a lawyer and sue him, not only the city, him personally. That's up to me to follow through with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even going to use a lawyer, dude. I'm just filing everything myself. I've tried to, you have no idea how many lawyers I've called after all the shit that's been happening with me. I've called every civil rights lawyer in Arizona, including the Robert Johnson, what's that dude? Benjamin Taylor. I've talked to Benjamin Taylor on the phone, who handled Calderon's old case. I mean, none of these people want to pick up anything unless we're hurt. So, I mean, I just got to the point. I said, screw it. I'm going to do the paperwork on myself, and I'm going to mess up a couple of them eventually. But eventually, I'm going to get on lawyer status, and I'm going to be following this shit precisely.
Yeah, and that's the deal. That's like you know, a lawyer won't touch my case because I wasn't hurt. Maybe I should have fell down and act like I broke my neck or something, but that's just not me.
Yeah, me neither.
When you put in the complaint, there's like 5 or 6 different levels of assault. You have to word it in that complaint what kind of assault that this officer committed. That is exactly why when I put in the complaint, I put simple assault. That's an assault without injury. This way, hopefully, he will be definitely found guilty of that simple assault.
Yep.
And that will go on his record forever.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, somebody told me it only lasts for 3 years, but what do I know?
Yes, it's 3 years. However, when he files to go to work for a different company, they actually look back 10 years.
I gotcha. So it's okay. I got you.
And I know it can get frustrating when you file complaints and shit all's done for it. But just try to hold it in the back of your head that that paperwork will remain with him his whole career.
No, you know, I see the effect because I watch Cobra. Every time you post something, dude, I watch it. And I see the difference between how they talk to you and treat you versus how they treat me. Then again, it is the day shift versus the night shift, which is a huge psychological difference between the people that work in the day and the night. But I still see a difference. They don't talk to you. They don't engage with you. And I honestly believe it's because you do file a lot of paperwork on them. They don't want a piece of paper, no matter how inconsequential people might think it is. They don't want that paper on their record, and they know you're going to give it to them.
Yep. As soon as I mention complaint, they turn around and leave me alone.
Oh, I know. I see it. That's why I tell them complaints and shit all the time. Now, you'll hear me in my video say I'm putting in a complaint in the morning. I don't always do that. But if it's serious enough where they actually did something to, you know, that deserves a complaint, in my opinion, then absolutely, I've fucking put in a whole bunch of them. But if I put in one every time I said I was going to, I'd be tied up with paperwork all day.
I say do it anyways. I mean,
I'm going to. I mean, it's getting to the point where they're doing every little thing to mess with me, and it's fucking getting irritated. If they're going to do it to me, they're going to do it to you. If they're going to do it to you, they're going to do it to the new channels I'm bringing out. If they do it to the new channels, they're going to do it to the old ones, and they're going to continue thinking it's okay.
I've actually put in a complaint for an officer saying that I was being an asshole.
Yeah, they can't say that.
Yeah, that's what I just said. They can't go around cursing, and I mean, it's unbecoming a police officer.
Dude,
exactly.
calling me by my name is unprofessional.
Right. That's what the complaint said. unbecoming an officer.
Yeah.
And it goes on his record.
Yep. Our patrol guy says they have to be professional. Calling somebody by their name that you don't know is not professional. Calling them an asshole is not professional. Flipping them off is not professional.
Yeah, my thing is to document what these guys are doing during a stop, during a anything, whatever they're doing. Now, my biggest thing is to try and fight the profiling. Mesa PD has a lot of profiling. They profile daily, hundreds of times a day. And I've learned over the course of listening to their feed is every time you hear a Mesa police officer on the scanner, show me out with one.
Show me out with one.
Or show me out with two. Show me out with a 101. That right there is 100% profile.
Yeah, they didn't get a call.
Exactly.
They saw somebody, they pulled over. Hey, show me out with this homeless person, this female, this 101, that's pushing the shopping cart around. And then we show up and there's 6 cops there. They're trying to ID everybody. They got the morpho machine out trying to get fingerprints. Yeah, I already know, dude. Those are the stops that I'm trying to go to. Yep.
I mean, you do great work out there, D. I really appreciate you being out there.
You too, man. You too. You guys were my encouragement to start doing this. Definitely. I've watched these videos for years before I ever even started filming them myself. And it got to the point where I was experiencing it too often for me to just be like, yeah, okay, I'll just go home and watch videos. It got fucking irritating. Excuse my language. It got really irritating.
Yeah. And don't worry about language on my channel.
Well, I mean, on mine, dude, if I say the F word 3 times, my videos get yellow and they don't go into the algorithm. They don't get any attention. Calderon doesn't get any attention.
If I'm standing in front of a cop, you'll hear the F word about 30 times.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, sometimes I'm talking to chat right now. It depends on what they're using. Some people, when they're on panel, they can't read chat.
I can't.
I'll try to, I'll try to read it to them. So,
yeah. I can see the chat. Yeah.
But I think this is it's always been one of my projects to try to get the word out that no matter how petty you think it is, every complaint matters in the end. And we have to, I'm hoping that the more cops that are arrested and prosecuted for breaking the fucking law, maybe the cops will start realizing that blue wall they're standing behind is starting to get transparent. And the more people focusing their lights on that blue fucking wall,
yeah,
that I'm hoping eventually it'll be knocked down.
So I'm reading over this chat here. How the hell do you guys know when my court was? How do you know when my court was and I didn't even know what it was? That's crazy.
Oh, you don't understand. There are people here that make it their mission to know all about you, know all about the cop watchers. So, yeah.
Good shit. Have you found my business yet?
Give them time. They'll find everything.
I almost broadcasted my Better Business Bureau plaque out in accident a minute ago.
Eventually, it all, you know, and mostly due to the police. The police try to make sure that your shit gets out there as a way of payback.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, I mean, I'm kind of over it. You guys want to know who I am? Fuck it. You want to know what my business is? I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
They're eventually gonna arrest me while I'm live streaming. They're gonna set the camera down. They're gonna pull out my ID, or they're just gonna start spouting off all my information on a live stream. I'm already hip.
Yep, it's inevitable. The first 6 months that I did this, I tried to stay incognito, but once that first officer runs your tag and they know your name and everything, every goddamn officer in the force knows it. So there's no sense in hiding anymore. I pull my vehicle right up behind theirs. I don't give a shit. As long as I know I'm abiding the law, everything's good on my vehicle, I'll pull right behind them and say, "There's my car. Go run the tag."
Yeah, they already know who we are.
Yeah.
Dude, they arrested me on a warrant visually. I never identified myself. You know how they knew it was me is because I said, it sounds funny, but I had a helicopter following me the other day. I was telling the people that they had stopped that I had a helicopter following me. As soon as I said that, both of the cops did this. Oh, yeah, that's him. That's him. I could hear him whispering and shit, and then a whole bunch of other cops showed up. So it was all visual.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, shit.
They don't like us at the end of the day. I think that's all that we need to understand.
And that's our goal.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
File complaints. It's important. I agree with you. I know
Yeah.
you're kind of giving me shit the other day a little bit, but I'm definitely going to file complaints on that, dude. Don't stress on that. I'm not the kind of person to let somebody do some shit to me and just get away with it. I think about that shit for days afterwards, and the only time I feel good is when I put a complaint in.
You guys don't know what I said here earlier. I said to my brother from Jump Street, I had this conversation with him when he started, and I told him, if you're not going to do that, then don't do it. If you're not going to file complaints and try to follow through with them and hold each police officer accountable for their actions, I told him not to do it. So, yeah. I mean, everything I said here, I said to him a long time ago, that there's no sense in, if you're truly out there to make a change, and you'll do everything it takes. I mean, he does, but and people don't understand. You guys have to make a living as well. You have a family that you have to tend to, and sometimes you have to set your priorities. And to me, I tell them, do whatever you have to do to make it back home. That's your goal, is to make it back home when you're done.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody. Just make it back home, because, family, I mean, it matters. Because I'm sure this is why you're doing it, to protect your family as well.
I have a 10-year-old that I don't want to grow up in the same system that I grew up in.
There you go. And you have to make it back home to that child, because that child needs you.
A little mini me.
So, whatever it takes, always try to make it back home.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, I just, like I said, this is just my little pet peeve right here. This is something I'm really passionate about. And I will, over the phone, I mean, like I said, I'm limited, but over the phone and on the internet, I'll try to do whatever I can do.
That's where I put in my complaints, is online.
Yeah, it's for some reason, if you're not physically standing beside the person, they don't tend to take you as seriously. And I'm like, I'm watching it fucking live. What are you talking about? I mean, I'm witnessing it right now happen. Fucking people, they annoy me.
Exactly. When I put my complaint on in Ibarra, it says, who was the witness? I said the cop that was standing next to him, and about 40 people on live. I asked them as witnesses because that was a live. It was going on live, so they were actual witnesses.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to look into the legality of being able to use people on live stream as witnesses, because I would definitely be willing to try and bring them into a courtroom and see if it flies.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because, I mean, if we could get witnesses accepted into a case that view things online live, I mean, that's a game changer right there. We could get 50 people into a courtroom saying that they saw somebody do something. How are they going to deny it or refute it?
Exactly.
And as far as I know, there are different ways that a person, I believe, if you look into it, you can either be anonymous or you can, what is that, a certified, what the fuck do they call it? Where you give your statement and it's certified, so it's like
a
read
witness
into,
affidavit?
yeah, something like that. I mean, look into doing, I mean, I don't know. If there's a possibility to do it that way, and you can have that read into evidence or whatever. I'll look into that and see.
Yeah, that'd be. I got a lot of people from my Gilbert, when Gilbert arrested me, that were like, "Fuck, I'll fly down and go to your trial."
And like I said, they could call their circuit court, and see if there's like to do that affidavit. I mean, if there's a way to do that as well, where you don't have to physically be there, but they can read it into evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to find out. I got my lawyer fired recently, so when I had the warrant issued for my arrest, I sent him an email like, "Yeah, I just got arrested on a warrant from a court date that you should have told me about, stemming from the case that you're handling." And I told him, "You can go ahead and fire yourself, or I'm going to fire you, and then put in a complaint with the bar association." And I got an email or a phone call from him like 2 hours later saying, "I've been removed from your case, and you're going to have a new lawyer." So I'll ask my new lawyer when I see him if I can get witnesses like from a live feed.
Huh.
I have to organize my files better, but I have a list somewhere. Cobra, you remember when they released that? The Brady list.
I got the Brady list too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, that's something good to have. Is a Brady list. It's a list of cops that has shit on them or.
Yeah, I need to get a hold of that Brady list and start marking down everybody that's in Mesa.
I'm pretty sure I emailed it to you, or I'll find it again. It's on somewhere on my computer. I have to remember.
Boy.
If you don't have it, I have it. I'll email it to you.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I got the Brady list. So there's a guy that's trying to create a national Brady list right now. It's called the Brady list, and I've been working with him. He's going to have liaisons in each state that's going to basically monitor the flow of information onto the Brady list. And it's going to be accessible to anybody. So if you, like for you, Cobra, if you get that incident with Ibarra and you got the raw footage of it, you can go onto this website, create a profile for Ibarra, post your videos, post your what happened, the police report and all that stuff. And it's nationally recognized by the Department of Justice. All the police stations are working with this guy. They're trying to establish this thing nationally. So if he arrests somebody, his lawyer can bring up his Brady list. It's not like it is now. It's national and it's public, and use it right now in his court date to throw out charges because he assaulted you in the past for somebody else. And it'll mess up any of his previous arrests.
Also, I've been looking to one of my subscribers sent me a message, said, and I'm looking into it right now, said that if like Ira, who assaulted me, with the video and everything, you can actually go to the police department has a company that bonds them. They're bonded. You can actually go to their bonding and file a complaint with their bonding, and they'll actually drop them from being bonded, and they can no longer be a police officer if they drop them from the bonding.
What? I never heard of that.
I forget what the hell it's called, but you actually go to the bonding company, bonds the police officers. You give them their name, you give them the evidence. They'll look into it and investigate it. And if they feel that this officer is a bad officer, they'll drop a bond on him, and he can no longer be a police officer.
Shit, I'd rather do that than file. I'm not trying to get money out of lawsuits, man. I want badges on my wall. from all these assholes that think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they said that he said that there's like 1 or 2 bonding companies that bond the police officer, and if you go to their bonding, because you have to be licensed and bonded to be a police officer. If
I
you
didn't know you had to be bonded. I mean, as a business owner, I have to be bonded, but I thought that was something that we're trying to get rid of qualified immunity, so they have to be licensed, insured, and bonded like a normal business owner, so they have actual personal liability if something happens.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at the wording and everything, and I'll either email it or text it to you.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, just as a small business owner, I've got $100,000 bond, $3 million insurance policy, and workers' comp. Dude, I would love it if the police had to have that stuff, because nobody's going to insure them the first time they get sued for $1 million.
A police officer has to be bonded. They call down Mesa PD, and I think they'll give you the bonding that all police officers are bonded through.
Oh shit, huh? I'm gonna do that.
You know, I do this for Spin Cobra a lot. Like sometimes the fucking cops, they won't ID to them. So that's why, if you notice, he tries to read off all the police officers' vehicle numbers.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just call the department and say, listen, I had, contact with this police officer. I couldn't get his name, but I know what vehicle he was driving and blah, blah, blah. And that's how I've gotten a lot of the police officers' name and badge numbers for Cobra, is just by calling in, because they have to know what vehicle their police officers are riding in. So if you just, that's why I try to have him put in much information in each video that he can.
Yeah.
So if something happens, I can go back and get the police officers. That's why I try to also, under some of your videos, Direct D, I post the cops' full name and what they make. And I post their full names just so you guys have that information if you need it. So underneath some of your videos, as well as a lot of my brothers, I'll post their fucking pay information with their full name.
Yeah.
That way he has it.
Information is everything. If you have the information, then you have everything.
Yeah, and right fast, let's not forget Eric Brandt. I think he paid a high price.
He's going to go back on appeal, and he's going to get some of that time knocked off, I think. But, yeah, that's fucked up.
Because that's one dude who did always file complaints. Yeah. So, yeah, just let's not forget him.
Yes.
We all know Eric Brandt.
So, yeah. But I'm glad, and thanks for letting me hijack your channel, Cobra. But
hey, it's what we agreed on, and it's important. So
yeah. Well, yeah, it's because your safety is, oh my God, and that's why I know you can't go out a lot at night, because you have to get up so fucking early in the morning.
Dude, I wouldn't advise you to go out at night, Cobra. It's a totally different animal.
I'm out there sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he goes out,
crazy,
but
I'm sketched out going into Mesa late at night with 2 other people with me. You're crazy.
Yeah, that's the one thing I worry about. Fucking cops. I guess they don't have very good eyesight, and they can't tell the difference between a fucking camera and a gun. Dumbasses.
Well, what I do when I walk up to them at night with a camera, and they can't see very well, my other hand is out, and I've got my middle finger up. They always pay attention to the middle finger first. They
Yeah, there you go.
First.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
I got little tricks that I do.
I just smile like, how's it going, guys? Like, all right, you need to step over there. Like, dude, I just got you. What's wrong with you?
It's RX Nation. I think the cop watchers and auditors try to protect their identity for as long as they can. only for the fact that it puts their families at more risk of police retaliation. If they can't fuck with them personally, they'll start fucking with their family members. So I believe that most of the cop watches and auditors try for as long as they can to keep their name and stuff as hidden as they can for that reason, because of the retaliations these pricks will do on their family and anybody associated with them. So
that's the beautiful thing about what I'm doing. I have no family in Arizona other than my kid, and they don't know who he is or where he is. So the only person they can mess with is me. That's why I got helicopters flying over me. I keep getting arrested for dumb shit because I'm the only one they can fuck with to mess with me. It's me.
Well, that's one thing, you know, this panel is to try and get across to all the new auditors and everything. I said in my live feed earlier, you have to do things your way. You have, because it makes you feel safe and you feel more comfortable doing it. However, take a little bit of advice and you know, like Betsy said, you have to always come home. So do what you need to do to come home. That way you can fight the battle the next hour.
yeah, and I tell Cobra there are other ways to fight. You don't, you know, because standing toe to toe to them, your ass is going to go down and you're going to get arrested. So what the fuck? And then you're going to be in jail, and it's just going to be, uh, it's like you're more of a criminal. So uh, they just annoy me. They fucking annoy me so bad because I've learned so much from this. And if you remember growing up, everybody would always tell you, well, cops, you know, if you ever have a problem, go to cops. They're so great, blah, blah, blah. You're brainwashed thinking that cops are this separate entity, that they're like subhuman or something, that they're not capable of lying or doing anything bad. And I think that's the main issue with a lot of people. They've been brainwashed their whole fucking life. Cops are human, and I think, to be honest, they're more capable of doing bad things than anybody else.
Yes. Guys, if you want to come up on panel. We'll be glad to talk.
So what I've noticed in my years of being in prison and then dealing with the police outside of prison is the people wearing the orange in prison and the people wearing the brown as the police officers or the corrections officers are all the same mentally. They're all the same. It's just the ones wearing the brown haven't been caught. They're the same kind of, you know, dominant, authoritarian, you know what I mean? Aggressive. The same kind of people that are locked up are the same kind of people that are cops.
Well, yeah, we had the last panel we did, we had the subscribers up there who police officers. And I told them straight up, it's just like me when I trained to drive truck. They're trained a certain way at the academy. And then once they get in that vehicle with their trainer actually turns and looks at them and says, forget everything that you learned in training. This is how we do it. And that was the same way with truck driving. They said, forget everything that you learned. Cool. This is how I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, when rookies would come into the yard and be like, yeah, all that shit you learned in CODA, you can forget about that. We run the yard here. That's what we told the cops. We run the yard. You guys are just
a true tyrant. I will teach you how to be a tyrant.
Exactly.
What I don't understand why people are angrier is for how many years or how many decades did cops say there's no such thing as a blue line? There's no such thing. There's not a blue line. It's fucking so-called line that no cop is supposed to cross. And what are they shoving down our throats? The blue fucking line that wasn't supposed to exist. But now it's on the American fucking flag.
Yeah.
But there was no such thing as a blue line. Now let's just beat everybody upside the head with our blue fucking line and let them praise it.
You know, that black flag that you see them wearing too, that's for overseas when they're on, you know what I mean, on active duty overseas. And I see a lot of them wearing that here in America. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, why aren't, I mean,
Are you at war?
it's our flag. It's not their flag. Let them put that blue line on their fucking badge. You know, don't put it on our fucking flag.
Exactly.
That's a blue line of corruption. That's a blue line of fucking lies. That's a blue line of murder. But now it's like flying higher on our fucking flag. Oh, that disgusts me so fucking much to see that.
Shit.
Yep,
You got
yep.
the blue line flag, and then you shoot somebody, you're gonna get a pension. You know, like Daniel Shaver's killer.
Yeah, Southern Cowgirl. I think it's more than disrespect. Oh my God, it's like they're shitting on our flag,
Yeah.
and you have these ignorant people that are fucking flying it as well, like it means something. What does it really mean? It just reminds the police out, and I mean, it's a bold sign that says "Never cross that line." And
Yeah.
it's just a reminder to every other cop, listen, you don't cross that line. It's supposed to not exist, but there it is. I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody's ever watched that movie Serpico, but they should. Because it's
Yeah. I just watched a video this morning with SGV where a cop actually put his hands on SGV for looking in his vehicle, and the cop did the right thing and walked up to that cop and grabbed him by the arm and pulled him back. And that is the right thing to do as a police officer. He knew that cop was going to a place that was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, dude, that's what they do. I'm not surprised. I'm reading through some of the chats.
we need to rejoice every time a fucking cop is held accountable.
Which is
Yeah.
not very often, so it should be
Yeah.
a party every time.
Well, if you look at the news, I'm seeing more and more cops starting to be held accountable. The more people are forced to look at it, and I'm only hoping that everything you guys do that it's worth something.
Yep.
Like I've seen a lot of Lackluster will post a video and it'll get 500,000 views, and then the police department that he put the video out about puts out a statement that this officer's been suspended. We're looking into this. Da, 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 da. And it's amazing that other police departments outside of Arizona are doing, you know, they're starting to hold their officers more accountable. But dude, we put out video after video of Arizona cops, and nothing is happening here.
Hey, Mitch, if you want to join,
Yeah, it seems so.
just go up to that. There's a link on the top of the page there. Push that link and just follow instructions, and you can join the panel.
Word 'em Up TV, Southern Cowgirl, AZ Unfiltered. What up, everybody? Let's go. Mama Bear. Yeah,
push
I definitely
push
agree.
on that link, and you can join.
The officer hitting directly was muted on my TikTok. No, it's not muted on my YouTube. The real AZ Unfiltered. Oh shit! Shots have been fired.
Yeah, that link was just put up. You guys can push that link and join the panel.
Community guidelines. Oh yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's funny. I had a video that I put up, and Instagram took it down and banned it. That was around Calderon. You know what's funny is every time I post something about Calderon, like my monetization icon will be green. It'll be green for like 10, 15,000 views, and then it'll go yellow. And it'll stop getting views like it's been flagged a whole bunch. And he's the only officer that happens with.
Huh.
Yeah, and every negative thing that happens on your channel, 99% of the time, it's the police officers that are getting together as a group trying to flag you guys' shit to have it take it down. So, because they're just asked their cop buddies, hey, go to this channel and flag everything you fucking possibly can.
Yeah, and that's one thing you have to try and, I mean, if you can, it's hard to do, but if you actually catch a police officer on your panel or on your stream, that's against their policy. They're breaking the law.
Yep.
They're not allowed to do that.
Yep. Hey, another good one for all you guys that are cop watching in Arizona, and it might be the same in other states, is film their computers. They're not supposed to leave their computers up. It's disseminating. There's like 3 or 4 different policies for giving information out, letting information be recorded, or disseminating information to the public. That is a huge policy violation for them, and why they freak out when we go up and we record their vehicles, because they can get in trouble for leaving paperwork out or letting us record their screens. Just FYI, that's another complaint you can be filing against
there you go.
Officers.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not up to you to fucking hide. That's what they give me. It's like, hey, don't film that person because you know they'll give out information. Well, that's your fucking responsibility, not your guys's. Yep. I mean, that's your job, not yours.
Number one, people in this, if whoever watches this, note for sure, if you are standing anywhere in public, if you're standing in a window, behind a window, if you are in public and I can see you with my camera, by fucking God, I can film you.
100%. You might not like it, but I don't give a shit. I'm in public.
Oh my God, there's thousands of cameras around you, pointed at you. Oh, hundreds. Everywhere you go. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't really give a shit. I don't even trust like Walmart bathrooms or Walmart changing rooms. I don't trust that shit either. You know, they might not advertise that there's a camera, but I think there's one hiding in some corner.
Oh yeah. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, people, everybody has a camera. I mean, before you had to literally buy a camera, but now, hello, you're carrying a camera everywhere you go.
Exactly.
Use it.
Exactly.
You know, I sit and watch. I just watched a video about this fucking other dude got murdered by a cop's fucking chokehold. And he went out to get fucking donuts and a milk, and it cost him his life. And thank God that person recorded, because them cops in their statement said they did not do a chokehold. And thank God somebody recorded them, because you can clearly see they had him in a chokehold. And the fucking coroner says that's what killed him.
Yep.
But yet on the police reports, there was no chokehold mentioned anywhere. And that's why it's so important, if you see a fucking cop, film them. Because you might actually be handing over the evidence that will hold them accountable for something as devastating as murdering somebody.
Yeah.
Because the lying bastards. Oh.
That's what I tell everybody after my traffic incidents is, if they'll talk to me, is, hey man, pick your phone up and set it somewhere. You don't got to shove it in their face, but record what's happening, because they're going to say that this happened, and then you have no way to disprove it. As soon as you start recording everything, they have to put everything that happened in the police report, or risk going on the Brady list for, you know what I mean, being dishonest, not trustworthy on their police reports.
Yeah.
And your video might make the difference whether they get charged with murder or not.
Oh, I wish that, and I'm trying to figure it out. these Arizona Highway Patrol, you can't stop on a fucking highway and film these cops.
They can.
There's a law against that. However, there is ways around that. I'm trying to figure that out because those highway patrol officers get away with a lot of shit.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. You, dude, I haven't found any laws. Is there some kind of law that you found that says we can't walk on the side of the freeway unless it's posted?
Yeah, you can't. You can't physically. Like the curb is for emergency situations only. Like you have to. Something has to be wrong because that shoulder is for emergency use only. Like if
Yes.
you have car trouble or something.
And there's a law that says you cannot be a pedestrian walking on a
highway. And you can't, your vehicle, whatever you're riding on, like the bicycles and shit, you have to be able to go, I think, over, 45 miles an hour to be on the freeway. There's all kinds of little fucking shit. You just have to really research it, which I'll try to make a note and research it.
The only thing I come up with in my head is trying to hook up some kind of system, a steam system to the front of the car to where I can pull over in front of the stop, because you have to be in front of the stop to pull over in front of the stop, turn that little steam system, get out and film and just tell them I'm waiting for my car to cool down. It's steaming right now. I mean,
there you go.
That kind of shit.
Hey, you don't even need all that. Just get some what's that ice that smokes, dude? I'm forgetting the name right now.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm talking about, and put it in some water and set it.
Yeah, dry ice.
Dry ice. There you go.
Yeah. But there has to be some kind of switch where you can turn it on and turn it off. Say, okay, it's cool. I can leave now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Hey, they're gonna look at you and be like, okay, Christopher, yeah, your car just happened to start steaming right in front of my traffic stop.
Well, look, officer, it's steaming. Well, let me look underneath that. Don't touch my fucking car.
Launchpad.
Morning, sir.
I agree. I think things are changing, and hopefully it's going to change for our benefit rather than the cops' benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some states that are trying to pass laws to make it illegal to film police officers. And if the day that happens, we're all fucked. We're all fucked.
Yeah.
And I think if that happens, I think people are going to have enough. And I hate to say, I think maybe the next major conflict might be civilians against police. I'm sorry. I tend to think if things don't change, it's going to end up that way.
Yep.
Because I don't see how they can stop us from filming. I mean, do you imagine, like, if there's a story in the news agencies, what do you have to do? Black out the police or blur the police officers? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that just won't never happen. I'm pretty sure of it.
It won't happen. Yeah, I mean, there's already initiatives right now to try and make getting the body cam footage, at least from DPS, a lot harder. They're trying all kinds of shit. I seen somebody mention the Arizona FOP Facebook page. I've seen that too. They got propaganda videos about some of the Tucson guys up there.
Wow.
Trying to get an initiative signed to basically shut our channels down on YouTube is what they're doing.
If they don't mind transparency, then why are they fucking with you guys? Just shut up and leave you guys alone.
I mean, I ask myself that question every single day, and it hurts my head to honestly try and come up with a real answer because there isn't one.
No.
Yeah, they sit there and go, we don't mind you filming us, then why are you over here fucking with me? Go do your job.
Exactly.
Ignore me. If you don't mind me, then just don't mind me.
I don't mind you filming but I would rather you be over in Glendale doing it.
All right.
It's like, what the fuck?
Dude, it's like what I told the sergeant the other night. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on here. You guys could be doing a good job. I'm not doing anything to disrupt your work. I'm just standing here filming you. And then your buddy pushes me 30 feet back over here where I can't get audio. I can't get visual of what you're doing. Now I can't tell the people that you're doing a good job. Now you just made it into you're definitely not doing a good job. So, I mean, that's the disconnect. You guys want to push us back, and I can't show the people that you're actually doing your job right. And as soon as you push us back, it looks suspicious. What are you doing wrong that you're pushing me back for?
What pissed me off is that was Ibera that did that.
Oh, I know. Immediately, dude. As soon as I've never met that dude, and as soon as I walk up, he calls me by my first and my last name.
Yeah, that's what they do. And the thing is, I guess they forgot that you guys can zoom in. It's like, hello.
It's retaliation for the complaint I have in on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must think that Hey, speaking of which, Cobra, I'm going to share that video of him if you're cool with it.
Go for it.
Yeah, we'll get him some more attention.
Yep. And like I said, them fucking cops, they make good money. So,
oh, yeah.
They make really good money.
Yeah. I mean, and also growing up, I was led to believe that cops make bullshit. Maybe they did back when I was a child, but they damn sure don't now. Hey, I was reading, you know, that officer that got, I can't, and I'm going to kick myself because I just watched the one that was the George Floyd officer.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's aware of it. He
Chauvin?
was also fucking charged with tax evasion. You know, he made over $500,000 a year on all of this shit. He made over $100,000 a year on his so-called second job in security. So now he's being charged with tax evasion for a few years. Something to do with the brand new BMW he had just bought. Really?
That's another thing that's mind-blowing to me is how are these cops shooting people, beating them up, and killing them when you're making that much money? Why would you want to fuck that up?
Thank you, Gilbert Bystander, that prick. Also, his wife left him the day before he got arrested.
Yeah, Officer Chauvin, he that's how he knew George Floyd, because George Floyd was working security at places that he was working security at the same time. That's how he.
So next month he starts his trial for the tax evasion on this fucking, and I guess his wife was a fucking beauty queen. Don't ask me why, because that prick was ugly. But anyways, I mean, y'all should look into that. That motherfucker made a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
That's why he was so cocky, like he was. And God only knows how much of that money he was stolen. So, yeah. So not only was he found guilty of the murder thing, he now has to face tax evasion. So.
Yep. And Direct D, you're going through about the same thing I did when I first started doing this with them helicopters following you. I actually had 3 Homeland Security officers following me all the time in unmarked vehicles.
Yep.
No shit.
And I was actually, they tried to place me on the terrorist list.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, every time Spin Cobra would put up a video, they had this task force prick go to the places where he was to try to get them to file some sort of charges against Spin Cobra. And that came to light thanks to one person that told him about what the cop was trying to get him. You have to go back. He did that video with that. You know what video I'm talking about, Cobra, where that guy called you and begged you to.
Yeah.
to take the video down because he was ruining his business. That guy that did RVs.
Yeah, I did. I took the video down, but still have the video.
Yeah.
I
Well,
took,
yeah. Anyways, Spin Cobra did video at this one place, and these people came out and attacked him. There were some bad people too. So apparently, the so-called task force they have that it's a task force aimed at you guys,
yes.
direct D, cop
What?
watches and shit. They did. Spin Cobra has all the fucking information, the guys' names and everything. So they would go to where Cobra was, and they try to get the people to file charges on him, any charges.
Yeah, they went to Circle K and everything.
Yeah. So they went to that guy that had that RV company, and that guy actually reached out to Cobra and told him what happened.
Yep.
And
That's when I filed the complaint and it stopped.
yep, it sure did. So I don't know if I'm still guessing. I still believe that task force is still out there, and the task force was aimed at you guys. It was set up to counteract what you guys were doing,
Yeah,
and to try to get you guys in as much trouble as they could do.
Yeah.
So that's how sneaky the bastards are.
Oh
It's
yeah.
mind-blowing that they're going to use resources for people that they know aren't actually committing any crimes to try and justify crimes. What the hell?
They try to solicit to have people make up shit to get you guys arrested. So yeah.
Shit, they probably are in the live right now, Teasy baby. There's probably cops watching right now.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
They
Think
have
about
people.
it. Think about how many of you guys are only chatting right now, and there's 35 people in here. Come on.
Yeah.
I shared this on both my channels, so I guarantee you that I at least have officers watching me right now. I hope they're learning. I really do.
Well, if we keep on them and keep the complaint forms going forward, it actually sends them a message.
You're not out there.
Yeah.
It does work. You're out there.
But yeah. Anyways, I know it's the weekend and you guys have a lot to do, but I'm just so passionate about staying on this and kind of bombarding them with complaints. Just flood them.
Exactly.
They set the rules. If they can't follow their own fucking rules, how can they make us follow their rules? Fucking idiots.
It's funny. That's the whole name and badge number thing. That's my first audit or test for the police officers. You're going to tell me something, so follow your policy and tell me who you are. I'm not even asking for their card. I just verbally identify yourself. But from now on, I'm going to be asking for cards with your name on it per your policy. And if they don't give it, I'm 100% putting in complaints every time now.
Spin Cobra told that guy, it's your policy. And he goes, I never heard of it. I'm like, ah. So
Hey,
Spin Cobra gave him.
right there, Cobra. Hey, he admitted he doesn't know his policy, and
You remember that? And you told him where to go look, and he actually went and looked it up.
Yep.
And said, yeah, you're right. And what the fuck?
That's 2 complaints: failure to identify and not knowing your policy.
There you go.
Ignorant to department policies, state, federal, and municipal laws. I think is verbatim what it says. Ignorance.
Yep. All right, sis, I'm going to jump off of here.
Yeah, me too. I appreciate you dropping in, Direct D. And like I said, I know it's a weekend. I don't want to keep you guys from doing your thing.
Oh yeah,
But,
we got plans.
One thing, Direct D, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate what you do out there. And brother, just pay attention and go home. Go home. Fight
Yeah.
the next day, but always go home.
Yeah.
Nobody will think different of you any other way. And guess what? We don't give a fuck if they do.
Yeah, and one thing, don't let the people, because there's a lot of people that enjoy watching their cops throw you to the ground. That's their
Oh,
joy. Don't let them egg you into doing shit, because people, they love it. It's drama. It's exciting. They love to hear you curse some cops and love it when they cops slam you to the ground. And them kind of people are bad people.
I probably got 5,000 subscribers that only watch to see me get arrested or see the cops do something.
Yep. Yep. And that's sad, actually. I don't want to see any of you.
Those are
because
I don't want.
Like I said, a simple chokehold to kill your ass. Cops leaning on you as a fucking. You're not a couch. You're a human fucking being. They could put their knee on the fucking pavement. You know. So being arrested, you risk your fucking life.
Yep.
And it's silly, but yeah, just be careful.
And who's the launch pad? Always will be a cop hater.
Yeah.
No cop haters here.
I'm a bad cop hater.
I don't hate the police, just the bad police.
Yep, it's the bad cops. And you know, if a so-called good cop is standing next to a bad cop and does nothing, then that makes them a bad cop as well.
100%. I say that in my videos. You guys are all standing here wearing the same costume while he does this shit to me. You're all guilty.
You stand there and let them do that, then you're just as fucking guilty as they are. Agreed.
That's bullshit.
But anyways, you guys, I don't want to keep you longer. Thank you, Direct D, so very much.
It's nice chatting with everybody.
Always make it home, and thank you guys for listening. But I'll let you go enjoy your weekend.
All right. Hey, sis.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm passionate about that. Thanks for letting me hijack your channel. You guys be safe, especially, you know, I have a soft spot for my Arizona people. So,
always record the police.
Yes, see a cop, film a cop. And be careful, you guys. Always be safe.
Alrighty. I'm out of here.
And always keep it real. Always. Thank you.
Spin Cobra out.
I'm out as well. Thank you, everybody in chat. All right, Cobra. I'll holler at you later. Thank you.